Hi everybody, June here. How are you all doing? Today I'm going to do a tag video. I have a video that I uploaded yesterday, my favourites, and for some reason it didn't upload properly, so I will upload that one with this. So you have two videos today, hooray. This is a tag that I received from my friend Deb, who is Mrs. The Doll here on YouTube. And she tagged me, and this tag is called the YouTube Survey 2012 or something like that. So there's just a few questions, and I just thought it was kind of interesting, and I'm just doing it because I can. Okay, first question is, why are you called that? So why am I called the Suki Babswent? Okay, alright, it's kind of nerdy reason why. First of all, Suki Babswent is a character who appears very briefly in a comedy show called The Day Today, which was out in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was like a sort of a fake news documentary program that was it was created by a guy called Chris Morris, who is one of my heroes. He's an amazing satirical comedian, sort of a Jonathan Swift of, you know, the 20th century. And Suki Babswent was this awful kind of MTV presenter that he invented, and she was amazing. So I stole that name and I also used it in as the name of a character that I played in a horror role-playing game that I'm particularly fond of, and the horror role-playing game is named Call of Cthulhu, and it is based on the fiction of H.P. Lovecraft, who is a famous horror writer from the 1920s, in around that time, and he was from New England in the US, and he wrote some incredible horror fiction. And basically there is a sort of a role-playing game. This is getting nerdier by the second. A role-playing game based on his books, based on the whole mythos that he created, and basically you're struggling against the forces of evil, and it's all very interesting and scary. So Suki Babswent for me was a character that I played in this game, and she was a character that is she's still alive. She's still alive after 10 or 12 years of role playing. She's been through a lot, and she's seen a lot, and I really like her. So that's her name. So that's why I chose that name, because she's my alter ego and she kicks ass. Okay, my favorite. Tell us about your favorite teacher. I have two teachers I really liked in school. First one was Mr. Daly, Kieran Daly. He was my music teacher. And music's very important to me. I love singing, and I've done some professional singing, and I play guitar and all the rest. And he was a really cool teacher. He sort of allowed you to express your opinions. He allowed you to be creative with what you were doing. He made it fun. He knew a lot, and he was great. So I really, really liked him. And the other teacher, who I suppose was probably, as a teacher, I'd say probably was a better teacher, but she was teaching a more difficult subject, and that was my English teacher, who sadly passed away. And she was a writer and poet in her own right, and she was an amazing lady. English was probably my favourite subject in school, in addition to music, and I also loved science subjects, but English was my favourite subject, and I absolutely adored English literature, and she just was incredible. She was so insightful, and she could lead you to draw your own conclusions about things. Nothing was dictated, everything was just very much formed from your own interpretation. She made it fulfilling to experience various different types of literature, and just basically brought out your creative abilities and encouraged you. And I would write stuff and let her read it in completely outside of the curriculum, the school curriculum, because I was interested in writing, and She was very encouraging, and I really, really liked her. So may she rest in peace. She was a wonderful woman, and we really loved her. What is the strangest food you've ever eaten? I've never really eaten anything totally weird. Like, I've never eaten beetles or, you know, any weird seafood. I cannot eat seafood at all. It makes me very, very sick. So I'm not the most adventurous person in the world when it comes to food. I know what I like, and I like lots of different types of food, but I really don't like anything that is wobbly, that doesn't have eyes, and basically has, you know, more than 4 legs. No thanks. So I'd say the weirdest food I've ever eaten, when I was a kid, myself and my sister used to make the weirdest sandwiches that we could think of, and try to kind of make each other eat them. And my particular favourite was a sort of a toasted sandwich with lettuce and banana and cheese, which I made her one day, and she had to eat it, and she made me eat it too because it was so disgusting. She was like, yeah, you can eat it as well. So the two of us decided we would eat this sandwich, and it was indeed truly disgusting. So that's the strangest food I've ever eaten. So I'm afraid I don't have anything weird or wonderful to tell you about that. What was the first gig I ever went to? Again, this is turning out to be a very embarrassing tag. When I was 12, I loved, there was a band called Kajagoogoo, and I don't know if any of you will remember them. I don't know how big they were in the States. They were huge over here and in the UK. And just 1 second. Oh, camera. And yeah, I was absolutely crazy about them. And I mean, they were absolute, when I think of it, I mean, they were horrendous. Their music was shite, and they were all, I mean, mutants. They were awful looking. But when I was that age, I was 12, I thought they were amazing. So when I was, myself and my friend, my sister, my older sister, entered a competition to win tickets to go and see them because she knew I was crazy about them. So she won the tickets, and she brought myself and my friend to see Kajagoogoo, and that was in 1983. And oh my God, when I think of it. And there were guys in the audience as well. That's what I think is really strange. I can remember some kind of fairly grown-up guys standing in front of me, and I couldn't see past them. What were they doing at that concert? That's what I want to know. Very strange. They were awful. Anyway, what is your favourite place? That's easy. My favourite place in the whole world is Iceland. I've been to Iceland twice now, and I am hankering and dying to go back again. Iceland is the most beautiful place in the world. Now, I live in Ireland, where we have, you know, we've got some beautiful scenery. The landscape is amazing. People are generally pretty nice. It's not a bad place to live, but Iceland is something else altogether. It is like a fairy tale landscape. It's like something from another world. It's volcanic, so the landscape is very it's very rugged, it's very different, it's very barren in a lot of places. There are glaciers, there are waterfalls, amazing coastal scenery, mountains. Oh, you know, it is just really the most incredible place on earth, and I absolutely love it. It's small and very quiet. You know, Reykjavik is the largest city in Iceland. There are only about 200,000 people living there. There are only about 300,000 people in the whole country. The population, they're very generally friendly. They're eccentric, extremely eccentric, but they're a very strong and proud people. They had a huge financial crisis a few years ago. They basically just told their banks to go and stuff it, and they just said, get out of here, we'll sort out our own problems. And, you know, the IMF went in there briefly, but they have dug themselves out of huge, huge difficulty. And that is just the way they live. They live in the shadow of, you know, huge volcanoes that could erupt and just flatten them at a moment's notice. So they have this kind of attitude of, look, we'll deal with whatever problems come our way and we can do it. And I just think they're amazing. And their country is amazing. They have the most beautiful landscape and the most beautiful natural resources. It's just incredible. It's a clean, pure environment. I just love it. Just don't get me started because I'll be here for days. Yeah, Iceland, beautiful. Okay, who do you want to do this next? 3 people. Debic 1. I don't know if you do tags, Debic. Deb. I've never seen you do tags. But if you do tags and you wish to do this tag, feel free to do it. Second person, Seth Atkins. I know I think Seth is subscribed to me, but I don't know. You're far too popular and wonderful to be watching all my videos. But if you do watch this and you want to do this tag, please do it. And the last person would be Daisy from Daisy Nation. Daisy, if you are out there, please make a video or let me know you're alive, please. And please do this tag or do something. Just let us know that you're okay. That's really all. And that's my video. So I will upload this and the other one as well, which is in cyberspace somewhere at the moment. And so I hope you're all doing well and take care, and that's all. So I hope you enjoyed this. Bye bye.